Well, thank you so much, Pamela. And returning to our focus in Senekal this morning, and our reporters, Reginald Witboy, who is tracking the progress of the farmers as they make their way into the town and to court. And in the town of Senekal right now, where a flood of EFF supporters have gathered, is our reporter Samkele Maseko. And Samkele, we know it's difficult for you to hear what we have to say right now, but we're going to cross over to you now. And Leanne had asked the question earlier, if you could hear it at all, as to whether any of the national leadership of the EFF will be attending those proceedings in Senekal today. Over to you, Samkel.
Indeed, the national leadership of the EFF, the top six, 5 of them have arrived. That would be the Deputy President, that would be the Secretary General of the DSG, the National Chair and the TG. They've arrived, they've descended here in Senekal. We are still yet awaiting the arrival of their leader, Julius Silo Malema. I'm going to bring in the provincial chairperson of the EFF in the province and the national chair. Just provincial chair, the turnout here today. Is the turnout what you expected? What are some of the issues that the people of the Free State are facing in this province?
Now, in this area of Tawafutanyana Institute, there is a farming community. The white people are victimizing the workers in the farm. There are so many issues that are happening in the farming community. There are people, the white people took the livestock of the workers. The next thing, they evict them. So there's a lot of tension that you need to have integration between the farmers and the farm workers, especially when it comes to the livestock, because a certain number of the black people must not have so many livestock. Otherwise, these white farmers, they took the livestock of these people and they don't pay them. They work more than 30 years. After that, they evict them to the township. They don't get any benefit of their work. So the issue of the tension between the farmers, we need to also to come to resolve it. But we don't condemn the issue of the killing of the white farmers. We are saying let everyone be respected, and if I'm a worker, I must be paid. If I've got enough animals, they must not evict my animals or take it to the abattoir, because that's what they are doing.
Thank you very much, Provincial Chair. I'm going to bring in the National Chairperson, Mayor Veronica Mente. Mayor, just some of the issues that your president, the leader, Julius Malema, has raised on how black people are living, how you perceive black people to be treated as stepchildren in this country. What are some of the issues that you can engage in dialogue to resolve the impasse that is seemingly there between white farmers and their black employees?
You know, Samkelo, the first thing that happened is that just recently in KZN, white farmers took black farmers' cattle. When those farmers reported to the police, nothing happened. Fighters had to literally go and fetch the livestock themselves from white farmers. In Mpumalanga, the chairperson of Mpumalanga went to fetch the livestock of black farmers in white farmers. And they always keep their livestock, claiming that is trespassing. How does livestock trespass? And these people, they just abuse and intimidate black farmers all the time. And that's the thing that we don't like with the police. We always tell the police this is crime. You don't take and capture someone else's property and assets. And when it's you, you don't want anything to happen. Number 2, we are not condoning any murder, any type of murder. We don't condone it. Whether it's a farm murder, whether it's children murder, whether it's women murder, whether it's any civilian must not be killed. Crime should be isolated and criminals must be isolated. So the system, especially in the police, Minister Cala has to come and take away anyone who's not willing to do their job, because once a crime is reported, the next step is to arrest the criminal, and we won't have these problems.
National Chair, you bring up the police. Interestingly, your provincial chairperson in KwaZulu-Natal, Vusikoza, was stopped in the roadblock heading into Senekal, carrying a firearm that he had no papers of. How far is the issue of Vusikoza? Has the police released him, or have they released that firearm from him? We also saw that they were stopping each and every car, each and every bus, and searching those vehicles for any weapons.
No, Samkelo, that's not true. Vusikoza, I just met him here now. Vusikoza's firearm is licensed. He's been cleared even at the police station. He's got his firearm, and he wouldn't dare have an unlicensed firearm, knowing very well that's against the law. So that matter of Vusikhosza is closed. The police have cleared Vusikhosza, and his firearm is licensed. He's been carrying it throughout. It's his firearm.
Why did he deem it fit to carry a firearm? Couldn't he have just left it at home, since it's a very volatile and highly tense situation here in Senekal?
You can interview him, but the most important thing is that he did not commit any crime. He had a licensed firearm, which he carried, or he carries all the time with him.
Why did your leader, Julius Malema, lie on national television on another station yesterday in saying John Block had been released from prison because of COVID-19?
No, that matter is true. You cannot say he lied. That matter was true at the time. So if you have done your own journalism afterwards, then it's your matter, but the matter was true.
But Correctional Services Department says that's not true.
Then go to John Block's house. Go to John Block's house yourself. Go and verify if he's at Correctional Services or he's at home. Go and verify it.
On the issues here today, thousands of EFF members have gathered. Some of them are not wearing PPEs, personal protective equipment, masks, as you are wearing. There's a second wave of COVID-19 infections coming in the country. Are you not, as an organization, being reckless when it comes to the issues of most of your members here not adhering to COVID-19 regulations?
No, COVID-19 regulations are observed at this point. So people who have removed their mask have been asked to wear their mask back on. So no one had come here without a mask. That's not true. Everyone who's here has got their own mask, and they are always on continuous occasions being told, keep your social distancing, wear your mask on. And everyone has got their own mask.
National Chair, I'm going to step out of shot. I'm going to ask my colleague Kwazi just to show that there is no social distancing there. I want you to look at it. There is no social distancing there, National Chair. How are you going to abate and to make sure that social distancing happens there?
Now, people as they arrive, they are finding space. You can't take a shot of people who are just arriving, being organized and being told, go create space and then make sure that you are social distancing. So you can't take a shot of people arriving and then make it as if now it's an organized, the event has started and people are not wearing masks and people are not social distancing.
So these people have just all arrived, as you are saying?
Yeah, they're just arriving. You saw them coming in. Now they're finding spaces throughout the street, because the street, you can see how narrow it is.
Thank you very much.
Finding the space in order for them to maintain the social distancing.
Thank you very much, National Chair. Just one last question. What are some of the measures you are going to be putting in place to protect the people's assets, the courts and the police vans?
We are here, we said yesterday and the day before, we are here with our bodies to protect our state assets, to protect our democracy. And we can see now the police are also here. But here, what we are here to make sure is no one is touching our vans. We don't have any other extraordinary measure. We're here with our bodies and our eyes and ears to see that no one is threatening the judges and the magistrate. No one is forcing their way into the court to tell the magistrate how to deal with the matters of the court. We're here to make sure no one is trying to tip over our nyalas. These are our state properties. And we are here to make sure that no one is intimidating the police either.
Thank you very much, National Chair. That was the National Chair of the EFF saying they are here with their warm bodies to protect state assets. Some of the worrying issues, such as the adherence to COVID-19 regulations, social distancing, the wearing of masks, they are saying they are addressing those issues. But EFF members have arrived here in their thousands. Their entire EFF leadership, the top six, is here, except the CIC, the Commander-in-Chief of the EFF, Julius Malema, who's yet to arrive. But I saw him earlier on Twitter, quoting Peter Mukaba, saying that the time has come for you to stand up for what you believe in and to die, if needs be, for what you need to act up for.
Well, thank you to our reporter Samkele Maseko there. And to quote Julius Malema verbatim about an hour ago on his Twitter account, and as Samkele says there, quoting the late ANC Youth League leader Peter Mokaba, and he says he once said, "Rather die to a man than let the enemy pass. Let's go." That's what Julius Malema put out on his Twitter feed this morning. But we're going to take a quick break and